YouTube family, let's get the hug because I have so much scoop. How y'all doing? I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's curls and it's scoop and it's humid on the East Coast. And when it's humid, the hair does this. And it just grows. So we're just gonna leave it here. It's not cute not knowing, and now you're gonna know. It's a girl for Rihanna. But family, you knew this 2 weeks ago because I told you 2 weeks ago she had this baby September 13th, but it was the last night that she released the official photos, mommy and daughter, of Rocky Irish. She has wanted a girl. She has hinted at a girl, her and ASAP Rocky, and the family of 5 is doing well, but her 2 sons have a precious little sister. A story came out today regarding the estate and the future of Frankie Beverly and Maze. The story came out that the band formerly known as Maze had won this battle and they're the official group performing Maze. I called the cousin. I called Miss Deborah. I said, you hear about this story, Miss Debbie? She said, it ain't over till it's over. There's a lot of messiness. And it's about the future of the group, where's it going to go, who's the group going to represent, the estate of Mr. Beverly, and it is a mess. But Miss Debbie told me it ain't over till it's over. To be continued. The Michael Jackson accusers have launched a new $400 million lawsuit. Wade Robson, James Safechuck, they're once again suing the estate. They were kind of like the reason why the movie was held up, which is coming out in April. Even though Michael Jackson died in 2009, it has generated millions, but millions have also come out. Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, was one of those questioning, well, where's this money going? All this money, where's it going? Very expensive lawyer fees, as they fight off lawsuits. The money that they're paying in lawyer fees alone. So this is going to be interesting how this plays out. Quinta Brunson is finally a divorced woman. There's a new season of Abbott Elementary kicking off next Wednesday. And her divorce, she filed 6 months ago, and everyone was like, I know she was married. Yes, she was married for 3.5 years to a man, no kids. They cited irreconcilable differences. Quinta is now divorced because a judge signed off on it. Tina Knowles is writing a new book. Her first book, Matriarch, shot to the top of the charts and the tour. And she says her next book, which could come out next year, is all about life lessons that she has learned being with Beyonce, on the road with Beyonce, show business, and more. Diddy. I know y'all saying, Patty, we tired of Diddy. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. The trial to see if he's going to get out is Friday, October 3rd. But in the meantime, Diddy is doing everything he can to get out. He recently described to a judge about himself. And he's like, look, I just wanted to watch. I ain't doing none of this for profit. I just wanted to watch. I just wanted to watch some girlfriends having sex with other men. He also said he is an amateur porn producer. And they say, well, you hired these men to come and have sex with these women from all over. Because that's what he's in trouble for, and I think the abuse. But Diddy is painting himself as an amateur porn producer who just like to watch. At this point, he's going to say anything to get out. He's got fellow inmates writing. What a wonderful person he is. They're writing letters. His family is writing letters. They're saying that he's now teaching classes about business, about life, to help the inmates. And they're saying that he is focused on the positive, and he's a God-fearing man. Is he just saying these things so they'll tell him time served next Friday, or will they extend it? There's fear that he's going to seek retaliation on everybody who testified against him. Then there's the abuse allegations. That is what they're afraid of. I know there are many people out here saying, free Diddy, free Diddy. But a lot of people are like, maybe not so fast. But he said he did not do any of the freak-offs for profit. He just liked to watch. Mariah Carey is making the rounds. Her album, Here For It All, drops at midnight tonight. She's been everywhere. During the iHeartRadio Music Festival, Money Long was singing one of her songs, We Belong Together, and Mariah was making faces, which she often does. Mariah says she couldn't hear the song, but she doesn't like it when people do her songs. You know, a lot of veteran artists, they don't like it. Chaka Khan hated Mary J. Blige's Sweet Thing and told her, you were singing off key. Y'all know how Chaka is. But Mariah recently announced she doesn't like it when other people, she thinks that Money Long is a great girl, great person. She likes her style. She don't like other people singing her songs. Now, what's she going to do when eventually she's inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Maybe they'll do like Jay-Z. No one attempted to do Jay-Z. They just show clips. So maybe one day they'll do the same for Mariah Carey. Taylor Swift is headed to the Jimmy Fallon show. He gave out all these clues. She's got a new album coming out October the 6th. At the movies this weekend, I interviewed Regina Hall, who says she's very excited about Scary Movie 6. She's one of my favorites. She's got a new movie, one battle after another. Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Tiana Taylor. Still don't quite know what it's about. You ever watch the trailer and like, what's this movie about? But they're saying it's being quoted as getting $50 million at the box office, and this is going to be interesting. Strong women characters, I hear, are featured, but it's one battle after another in theaters this weekend. And on a final note, y'all know I love Lionel Richie, and the book truly hit stores and bookstores, and I'm going to tell you why I love him. I've interviewed this man for years, but we never met. He called me when one of our top bosses died a few years ago because Butterball was so instrumental in the Commodores breaking through. When he was with the Commodores, Brick House, Machine Gun, Easy, there's so many songs. Zoom, we call it the Black National Anthem. Just to Be Close to You, he had great songs with the Commodores, but the breakup was nasty. I once asked him, I said, Lionel, do you think you'll ever go back on tour with the Commodores? And he said, Patty, they don't want me. Like, they said, you left us, and they were like, just go away. Now you got a bunch of men singing up there, and it's like, well, who are they? Who are they? He opens up, the book is truly, by the way, he opens up about the first marriage to his college sweetheart, Brenda Ritchie. I met her too. She helped to break Tamia. And Brenda found out he was cheating and beat his ass. Him and the woman that he wound up marrying. He said it was an ugly part of his life. It was a scandal that he wished would go away, but he owned up to it and said, I blame myself. I blame myself for not growing right. And I know he's glad it's over. He eventually divorced Brenda. They are the parents because they adopted Nicole Richie, who went on to become a huge reality star with Paris Hilton. He married the woman, Diane Alexander, Diane Ritchie, and they were married. They had 2 kids, a son and a daughter. Then they started getting that plastic surgery. I said, Lon, don't get no more plastic surgery because it pulls your face. You don't look like yourself. She wound up cheating on him with the man who was giving her the plastic surgery. A mess. He says I write really good love songs, but my personal life is a mess. I believe he's married to the much younger woman that he's with now. So when I finally had a chance to meet Lionel, I think it was called the Wells Fargo Center, and I'd interview him, and he said, "Oh, you can come on back." Well, child, we ran into the meanest security guard. He was mean as hell. And he was giving us a hard time, a very hard time. It was me, Toya. My boss was there because he heard how loud I was. And I saw Lionel walk across this thing. And I said, "Lionel, it's me. It's Patty Jackson from WDAS." And he said, "Hey, let my family come back here." And that's why I say, y'all know that man is my family, because he said it. It was funny. It was great to meet him. One of my favorite pictures. I took a picture with him, and they were like, "Can't take no pictures." I said, "I'll never get this moment again." I said, "We're taking a picture." But it was so funny because Toya sometimes wears her hair real big. Well, we were all giddy and excited, and I don't think his girlfriend liked it. She showed me shade, but Toya, she looked at her like this. And I said, "Oh, Toya, I think she made it." It was funny, but he is one of my favorite entertainers because I have been interviewing him for years. Just a good person. In life, you're going to make mistakes. He talked about We Are the World. I did not know that he had ADHD growing up. For years, he didn't know, but his grandmother played the piano, and that's how he fell in love with music and writing for other people and just writing for the biggest stars in the world. He is currently on American Idol, and when people say, "Who are some of the nicest celebrities that you've ever met?" and I say the same thing. Lionel Richie and Patti LaBelle. Just truly nice and down to earth and all of that stuff. But the book is truly, and he opened up in a very surprising way. I'm really going to try to finish that book this weekend. It was a lot today, wasn't it? It was a lot. But, because I don't do a lot of stuff on the weekend unless it's a breaking story or something like that. But I love y'all. One day, I'm going to be a music historian when I grow up. I always jokingly say that. But I appreciate you guys. We are almost at 85,000. I think I'm 15 away. So if you're watching this and you watch the video, subscribe. We are hitting 85,000 very, very, very soon. So subscribe to the channel because it's big hair, it's curls, it's scoop, it's wisdom, it's laugh, it's stories, it's the whole thing. And hugs. Because we live in a world where everybody needs a hug. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost, I think I'm like 15 or 19 away from 85. That's our magic number. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. And of course, read your comments. Diddy describing himself as an amateur porn producer. Your thoughts. Even all you free Diddy, because the free Diddies, they be coming after me. I ain't the judge. I'm just telling the story. I'm not the judge. Have a great weekend, everybody, and certainly hope it's a good one. I share a lot on my IG page, and that page is growing and growing and growing. And wait, I was shamed into doing more TikTok. So we're attempting that too. So you can catch me on all the social media platforms because we've got curls and we've got scoop for you. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie with the big hair, curls and scoop.